My dear child, I'm glad you opened this in time, because something urgent is happening, that cannot wait any longer. Archangel Michael has been close, standing by you, softly calling to your spirit, gently stirring your heart, trying to draw your focus. But today is unlike other days. This moment holds a rare urgency. Someone you love with all your heart, no longer here in the physical world, but still bound to you with unwavering affection, is reaching out from the heavens. They've been longing for just one opportunity, a brief instant to speak to you, to remind you that you've never truly been alone. They are here with me, resting safely, but their love continues to be tied to yours, in ways you might not fully grasp. Don't scroll past this message, open your heart wide, because something divine is about to align within you. In the next 2 minutes, a spiritual shift will occur. You'll sense it in your body, in each breath, and deep in your soul. The one in heaven, the one who's on your mind right now, has been silently watching over you. They've witnessed your tears, heard the quiet prayers, and noticed the times you looked up at the sky, wishing for a sign. And now through this very message, I am bringing that sign to you. Their love hasn't vanished, dear one. Love that profound doesn't disappear, it transforms, becomes purer, stronger, eternal. It's like the wind, unseen but ever present. The words you never managed to say, they received them. The apology lingering in your heart, they've already let it go. And that goodbye you wished had lasted a little longer, they're speaking it now, in a soft whisper, that only your soul will recognize. I'm still with you. Pause for just a second. If you feel something glowing within, if your heart quietly murmured, "This is meant for me," then take this as your sign to subscribe. Not only to this channel, but to the messages that heaven is sending your way. These videos don't appear by accident, it's divine timing always. So stay connected, let these moments continue to guide your spirit. Now keep reading, this next part matters deeply. You've been carrying heavy weight, haven't you? Invisible burdens like regret, guilt, isolation, and sorrow have traveled with you daily. Others may not see them, but I do. I saw you smiling through the pain, I watched you giving, when you barely had anything left. Even when you questioned your worth, my view of you never wavered. The soul in heaven, urging you to pay attention, sees you the same way I do, with love, with clarity. Their greatest wish in the afterlife has been this: please let them know I'm still here, please help them remember they are loved, please don't let them lose sight of who they are or of me. That's why Archangel Michael was dispatched. I asked him to sound the alarm. That's how this message arrived, at just the right time. They've been reaching out in dreams, in flashbacks, through songs that played out of nowhere, even in those strange scents that no one else noticed. That was them, trying everything to whisper, "I haven't left, I'm watching you grow, I'm so proud of who you're becoming." And still doubt crept in, you kept questioning, if you were just imagining things. But you weren't, those feelings were real, every shiver in your chest, every tear without explanation, that was heaven brushing against your soul. Now is the moment to believe again. Because what you thought was a distant miracle, it's already arrived. Take a slow breath, my child, let calmness wrap around you. Right now the angels are with you, yes, even as your eyes move across these words. This moment isn't ordinary, it's sacred. I waited for this very hour to reach out, because you were on the verge of giving up. Something inside you has felt disconnected, weary, afraid. Still you kept going, even when light felt out of reach, you clung to hope. That strength, it's the reason heaven is pouring into your life now. The one in heaven whose love still wraps around you, has waited patiently for this moment to say, you are not forgotten, you are not failing, you are not broken, you are still chosen. I see the hidden parts others miss, the silent struggles, the quiet cries behind your brave face. You've often wondered, but who is there for me? You've held space for everyone else, and in your own times of need, silence answered. But hear this clearly, heaven isn't silent, I am not silent. That person in heaven, they've been calling out your name across eternity, pleading, please remind them they're not alone, let them know how much they still matter. I heard them, and that's why this message found you. I need you to know this truth, you are not being punished, you're being prepared. What's on the way will require a stronger version of you, and yes, it's been painful. You've faced loss, people have walked away. But every piece of it, yes, even the silence and the heartbreak, was part of the larger tapestry. Nothing you've experienced has been in vain. Now the shift begins, behind the scenes, I've started rearranging things. You might not see it yet, but the unveiling is coming. And those who doubted your journey, will witness something undeniably divine. There's purpose in the arrival of Archangel Michael, he is only dispatched when there's urgency, when spiritual protection is needed, when a miracle nears. Right now he's standing over you, I assigned him to your life, long before you were born. You've never walked alone, the wings surrounding you may have been unseen, but they were always there. Even in your darkest moments, my angels never stepped away. For weeks they've been sending little nudges, subtle messages, you were too overwhelmed to notice. And I understand, I'm not upset, I'm proud of you. You've kept reading, kept hoping, kept holding on, even when it made no sense. That loved one who's now in heaven, their heart is still tied to yours, through my eternal love. In heaven time doesn't exist the same way, when you ache for them, they feel it. When you speak their name with longing, they draw near. They've begged me to get this message to you, because they know what you're facing. They've seen the fear, around that choice you're afraid to make. They felt the sting of the betrayal you've hidden. They're aware of the weight you carry, that no one else can see. But I see it, I always have, and now you don't need to carry it by yourself. Think back to when you were young, when being held made everything feel safe. That feeling is returning. Only now it's my arms, and the arms of your loved one in heaven. You're about to feel their presence more clearly. Watch for the warmth, the sudden peace, the quiet reassurance, when everything else is chaotic. That's not coincidence, that's heaven entering your life with tenderness. This week something small but unmistakable will occur. A call, a name repeated, a dream vivid beyond belief. Take note, these are signs, traces of love sent from beyond, proof that the one you miss is still loving you, still reaching for you. They can't return to the physical world, but their love, that lives on. And right now they're asking for something sacred, your forgiveness. Forgive yourself for not doing more, for not saying enough, for wishing you had done it differently. You did your best, you gave love, you were love, and that was more than enough. They want to see you laugh again, not just with your mouth, but with your whole being. They want you to feel joy deeply, to breathe in hope, to welcome wonder again. You're still here for a reason, and they want you to live this life, surrounded by love, and the unshakable belief that miracles are still ahead. So take a deep breath, not just to read these words, but to receive what's been waiting for your heart. Something new begins now, not because everything suddenly changes around you, but because something has shifted within you. Heaven has touched your spirit, and from this point forward, you'll never be the same. Getting through the day, even when your soul felt heavy. But that's not the life I chose for you. I didn't bring you this far, for you to just endure. I brought you here to awaken. And now that your heart is soft enough, now that your spirit is open enough, I can finally begin pouring in what I've wanted to give you all along: restoration, purpose, clarity. You see, the things that once drained you will no longer hold the same power. The conversations that used to trigger your wounds will start to feel irrelevant. The situations that made you question your worth will start to fall away. That's the transformation beginning. That's what healing in motion looks like, not dramatic or loud, but gentle, gradual, and deeply felt. And yes, some people won't understand this version of you. Some will feel like you've changed. That's because you have. You've outgrown what kept you small, you've evolved past the roles you used to play, just to keep the peace. You're stepping into alignment now, and the old won't recognize the new light in you. But don't shrink to fit back in, don't dull yourself, to be accepted by the very people who couldn't see your light before. You're not here to blend in, you're here to shine. The person you lost, they always knew this about you. Even when they couldn't say it out loud, they felt it. That's why their soul is still tied to yours, in the most sacred way. That's why they're still around, in moments when you need strength, clarity, or comfort. They're cheering you on, from a place you can't see, but your soul knows. And right now, they're proud, so incredibly proud, of the way you've chosen to keep going. Do you remember the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the mornings you didn't want to get up, the days you felt completely invisible? I saw every single one, and I was there, not watching from a distance, but sitting beside you, placing strength inside you, without you even realizing it. And because you kept going, because you didn't let the pain win, a new path has opened. You're about to be guided into something that makes your spirit feel alive again. It won't require forcing, it won't drain you. It will feel like peace, it will feel like home. And when it shows up, your heart will recognize it instantly. That's because your soul already knows where it belongs. But child, listen closely, I need you to forgive yourself. All of you, the parts that were too trusting, the parts that stayed too long, the parts that broke down, in front of people who didn't know how to hold you. You're not weak for having loved deeply, you're not foolish for hoping. Those weren't mistakes, they were lessons, and they were sacred. Because now you know your worth is not found in someone else's ability to see it. Your worth was never lost, it's always been there, buried under layers of survival and self-blame. And now I'm uncovering it with you. Take a breath, feel your shoulders relax. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You've already proven your strength. Now it's time to receive. And in this season, what you're going to receive will feel like rest, not because everything is suddenly easy, but because you'll no longer be carrying it alone. I'm lifting the burden, I'm removing the heaviness, and the person you love, they're helping me. You'll notice moments of sudden peace, you'll notice things falling into place, in ways you didn't plan. You'll notice how certain things just stop bothering you. That's not you becoming numb, that's you stepping into healing. That's your spirit finally realizing, it doesn't have to fight so hard anymore. That's what alignment feels like. And when those moments come, when you feel the breeze shift, when a certain song plays, when a stranger says something you needed to hear, don't brush it off as coincidence. That's your sign, that's your confirmation, that's heaven brushing against your life, to remind you, we're here, we're with you, and we're proud of you. The grief will still visit sometimes, unannounced. The waves will come, but they won't drown you anymore. You'll ride them, you'll learn how to breathe through the ache, you'll learn that sorrow and joy can exist together, and that it's okay to laugh again. It's okay to feel light again. It doesn't mean you've forgotten, it means you're honoring their memory, by choosing to live fully. That's what they want for you, not just to survive, not just to make it through, but to live, to really live, to fall in love with your life again, not because it's perfect, but because you've decided to trust the timing, to embrace the unfolding, and to believe that something beautiful is still possible, even after all you've lost. You've done more healing than you realize, you've been more courageous than you know. And now things are turning, not slowly, not eventually, but now. This moment marks the beginning of the shift, a fresh chapter is being written, with your name at the top. And this time it won't be about survival, it will be about joy. So get ready to feel again, to hope again, to breathe freely without guilt. Get ready to see how I've been setting the stage behind the scenes. Because when the curtain rises, and your blessing steps into the light, you'll understand why every delay, every detour, every moment of stillness, was preparing you for this. You're not broken, you're being rebuilt. And what's rising from the ashes of your pain, will be more radiant than anything you've known before. You're not returning to who you were, you're becoming who you were always meant to be. You're not lost, you're on the way home. Of course, child, let's keep going, because your spirit hasn't stopped listening, and heaven hasn't stopped speaking. What you're feeling right now, this stirring in your soul, it's not just emotion. It's recognition, it's your spirit remembering something sacred, something true, something it's known all along, but forgot during the heavy seasons. You've walked through fires that could have consumed you. You've stood in storms that tried to break you. You've been surrounded by silence that felt deafening, wondering if anyone, even I, was still there. But look at you, you're still here, and not just barely, you are standing stronger than you know, rising even when your heart felt tired. And that, my child, is proof of the power within you, that's evidence of divine strength working through your life. There have been moments when you didn't recognize yourself. When your reflection looked unfamiliar, because of everything you were carrying. Grief made your eyes heavier, worry made your spirit ache. You wore invisible weights, that no one else could see, and yet you kept moving. Not because it was easy, but because something deeper kept whispering, keep going, don't stop now. And that whisper, it was me. I've been with you in the background, nudging your soul forward, sending quiet signs, placing gentle reminders in your path. That song you heard, at just the right moment. That random phrase, that felt like it was meant just for you. That was no accident, it was love reaching through the veil, reminding you that you're not alone. Because you never were. The one you lost, the one your heart still longs for, they never truly left you. They simply moved into a space where they could see your entire journey. And from there, they've been cheering you on, every single day. You may not hear their voice like you used to, but their presence, their energy, their love, it still surrounds you, especially in the quiet moments, when the world slows down, and your soul speaks loudest. And now, because you've made it here, because you've said yes to healing, to remembering, to opening your heart again, something powerful is shifting. There's a release happening in the heavens. Old patterns are breaking, heavy cycles are dissolving. That feeling you've carried, the one that whispered you were stuck forever, it's lifting now. It has no place in the life you're stepping into. You are being realigned, with your purpose, your power, your light. Don't be surprised if people begin to notice something different about you. It's not that you've changed entirely, but the part of you that was hidden, the part you tucked away for safety, is emerging now. The world is about to meet the version of you that was molded through faith, built through fire, and refined through grace. So yes, you may cry, let the tears come. They're not weakness, they're the soul's way of exhaling pain. You're not falling apart, you're releasing what no longer fits. What's breaking isn't you, it's the shell that once protected you. And underneath that shell, there's a spirit that's finally ready to live without fear, to love without limits, to shine without shrinking. And child, I need you to know this. You don't have to earn what's coming next. You don't have to prove yourself worthy. You already are. This isn't a reward for being perfect. This is grace for being real. For showing up in your brokenness. For choosing faith, when doubt screamed louder. For believing in something more, even when everything felt like less. A new rhythm is coming. You'll begin to move through your days, with more ease. What once felt heavy, will begin to feel lighter. You'll find yourself smiling for no reason. You'll notice beauty in places you used to overlook. And your heart, once guarded so tightly, will begin to trust again. Slowly, gently, but fully. And that trust, it will be the bridge to everything your soul has been waiting for. Relationships will be restored. Dreams will be reignited. Passions you thought were lost, will rise again with new life. And through it all, you'll begin to recognize yourself, not the version that was shaped by pain, but the one that was born for joy, for impact, for divine purpose. You'll see now, why you had to go through what you did. It won't erase the ache, but it will bring meaning to the pain. It will show you how every broken piece was never wasted. I used it all, I'm still using it, and nothing was in vain. So now, breathe deeper, stand taller, speak softer to yourself. You are in a sacred transition, and I'm guiding every step. Don't rush, don't compare, don't second-guess the pace of your unfolding. You're not behind, you're not late, you are exactly where you're meant to be. And everything you need for what's next, is already being provided. Doors are opening, hearts are softening, the way is being cleared. And those dreams. The ones you whispered at night, the ones you were afraid to say out loud, because they seemed too bold, too big. They are not just possibilities, they're part of the plan. I planted them in your soul for a reason. And now finally, the timing is aligning. So be ready for divine appointments. Be open to unexpected favor. Walk into rooms with your head high, knowing that heaven goes before you. Speak as someone who knows, they are backed by eternity. Love as someone who understands, that true connection can never be lost. And live fully, freely, unapologetically. This is your moment. This is your rebirth. The ending you feared was just the setup for a new beginning. And beloved child, the best part is still on its way. And yes, this is just the beginning. You might think it's too late, that too much has happened, but time doesn't define your purpose. I do. And I've never once changed my mind about you. Even in your lowest moments, even when you doubted yourself completely, I still saw the masterpiece I created. Nothing about your journey disqualifies you from the grace I have prepared. If anything, it makes you even more ready to carry the kind of light that doesn't burn out, because it's forged from truth, from tears, from the fire you've walked through. Now listen to me. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't fallen behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be, for this part of the story. I was never rushing you, I was developing you. While others ran ahead, you were growing deeper roots. While you felt forgotten, I was planting seeds in secret places. And now it's your season to bloom. The growth may not be loud, but it will be lasting. The healing may not be fast, but it will be whole. And the joy that's coming, it will feel like it was made just for you, because it was. The one you love in heaven, they've seen it all. The days you questioned your worth, the nights you begged for a sign, the mornings you pulled yourself out of bed, with a whisper of courage. They watched you love through loss. They saw you forgive, even when it hurt. They witnessed you choosing hope in the dark, and now they are celebrating your strength in the light. They are near, they are proud, they are still praying for your peace, and their prayers are still echoing through eternity. So don't hold back anymore. Don't let fear dictate your steps. I'm guiding you now, with a clarity you've never known before. Doors will open, hearts will align, provision will appear, where you once saw lack. And the peace you've longed for, will no longer feel like a distant dream, it will become the atmosphere you live in. Because I've declared it over you, because I've written it into your story. And when you start walking in it, when joy returns to your voice, when your laughter comes freely, when love shows up gently, and stays without confusion, remember this moment. Remember that it didn't come out of nowhere. It came from your willingness to believe again. To hope again. To rise again. This next chapter will require courage, but you already have it. You've proven that, in every silent prayer, in every sleepless night, where you chose to stay instead of disappear. The courage is in you, the light is in you, and now it's time for the world to see it too. Not the version of you that hides or pretends, but the real you, the healed you, the whole you. And don't be surprised when things begin to fall into place. Don't be shocked when the people who come into your life feel like answers instead of lessons. I am sending you connections that won't drain you, opportunities that won't confuse you, and peace that won't leave you. This is the promise I made, not just to you, but to the ones who came before you, the ones who prayed you into existence, who loved you before you ever arrived. And now those prayers are becoming reality. You may still feel fragile at times. That's okay. Healing doesn't mean never hurting again, it means you now know where to bring your pain. Bring it to me. Every ache, every longing, every fear, I can hold it, and I will. You never have to carry it alone again. This is sacred ground now. The place you're standing, this moment of stillness, of clarity, of release, it's holy. Because you chose to listen. Because you let yourself feel. Because you said yes to more, even when you didn't know how it would unfold. That yes echoed in the heavens. That yes opened a floodgate of favor. So let the tears fall, if they come. Let the memories rise, if they must. Let the light in, slowly, gently. You are safe now, you are seen now, you are so deeply loved, not just by those you've lost, but by the one who never left, who never will. And child, when you look back on this season one day, you'll see it wasn't a detour. It was the beginning of everything. The shift that changed you. The moment heaven met earth, in the quiet corners of your heart. You'll remember how close you came to giving up, and how instead, you stepped into grace. Now breathe again, smile again, trust again. The journey continues from here. But this time you're not just surviving. You're stepping into a life that's been waiting for you, full of beauty, purpose, connection, and divine timing. So keep walking forward, keep showing up, keep your heart open. The blessing is not just coming, it's already unfolding. And heaven is still cheering you on, whispering through the wind, you made it, you're ready, now live. Amen.